Hello, my name's Matt Heusser. I am one of your judges for the Software Testing World Cup 2014. Today, I would like to show you how to use HP Manager to record and track your defects during the competition itself. So to do that, I have some real software in front of us. It's Elizabeth Hendrickson's triangle tester exercise. We're going to test it a little bit, and then maybe if we find a defect, we'll enter the defect in Agile Manager. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube or some other medium, if you've got a way, you might want to full-size the screen so you can really see what I'm doing here instead of looking at some sort of minimized screen. And assuming you've done that, what I'm looking at is three sides. I've got side 1 at the bottom and then 2 and 3 at the top. And I type in values and it should appear on the right hand side. I've got a stack trace history of everything that I've done already in exploring the software. So let's go ahead and create a right triangle, 3, 4, 5 triangle. The first thing it says is it's invalid. And I see it restarted my test history for this session. Okay. Let's focus on testing this and not worry about the test history so much. Assuming that was according to requirement, right? We've got 3 and 4 and assume 0, or maybe it's not a character, it says it's invalid, that's fine. We're going to go to 5, it's a right triangle, that's fine. 3, 3, 4 is an isosceles triangle, that is correct. 4, 4, 3, different kind of isosceles triangle. 4, 4, 4, equilateral. Now, it is an equilateral triangle, and it did draw it correctly. But look at that A and the L. The line goes right through the A. That's not okay. Now, it's possible that the problem is just that I've screeched up the screen so much so that I can do this recording and not take up a lot of disk space. So I'm going to go ahead and try to drag my window and move to the right, and nope. Looks like this is not some responsive design thing where it resizes based on the window, but instead it's just a straight up bug. Now I'm on Mac OS 10, and let's go ahead and try to figure out what version of Chrome I'm on. I'll go to Chrome, about Google Chrome. And it loads, and we see that I'm on version 34.018.47, and it's fine. Up to date. So with the version of Chrome, I know the browser, I've got the reproduction steps. Let's go ahead and take a picture so that the developer can't misunderstand. And the project manager, no one else on the team can say it looks fine to me and not see the problem. We'll have a picture for them to load. If their screen is different, that'll tell us that there's some other unknown variable, maybe it's font size or something, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go into Pronk at login.pronk.com. We could also just do my.pronk.com and it'll redirect. I'm going to go ahead and log in as a user with a little bit of data. You should have an email about how to sign into Pronk. You may see Agile Manager in your trials. This user's got a paid subscription, so it's under subscriptions. I'm going to go ahead and launch that. Pronk is sort of a holding pattern for a bunch of applications, of which HP Agile Manager is one. It loads relatively quickly. There's nothing to set up, nothing to install once your users are created. It can be hosted in the cloud, or you could have a local instance if you need to have your own data. It is responsive design, so it has adjusted to fit my screen. Yours may look a little bit different getting started, maybe on the bottom. But we're going to go ahead and get started. And that's going to take us to the dashboard. And like I mentioned, this user has a lot of data. You might see a lot less. And for the competition, we're less interested in the dashboard than just in defect management. Like, show me the bugs. And we have quite a few bugs here, right? and we'll just add a new one. Add item, and that's going to be equilateral triangle has AL outside of box. Using Mac OS X and Google Chrome (340187), I go to the triangle test exercise and enter values 3, 4, 4. The triangle is drawn properly, but the letter A is partially outside the box, and L is entirely outside the box. See image. It should not be. We'll go to our attachments. I'll look for a screenshot and attach it. Now I might have changed the name so it wasn't screenshot, but something like 444 equilateral outside box or something. You're going to have to decide during the competition, do you want to take that extra 6 seconds and do the rename so it's appropriate, or do you want it 6 seconds of rename times 100 bugs? Is that 6 minutes you could spend on something else? It's going to be up to you. And we're going to call it medium because we know that it's actually rendering correctly and the type is correct. The problem is just the text, right? Maybe even that's a low. It depends on your customer. And there's no particular feature that this is attached to that matches, and the application is website core. So when you do this, you may see slightly different drop downs, and if you see team name, select your team name. That'll guarantee that it goes in the right bucket to be graded and for you to get credit for your team. And we'll go ahead and save that. Equilateral triangle has AL outside of box. Right? So you may have a large number of defects. You can use summary to search. Equilateral. You see summary searched. You can clear it and hit enter and fill it up. You can filter, and you can filter by multiple elements. We can also sort if we wanted to sort by defect severity, for example. There is defect severity starting with critical, sorted again if we wanted to see which ones were low. Why would we want to see the ones that were low priority? Well, for instance, we might want to clear out the bug tracker, and we could go look at it and decide that's not a bug, or that's deferred, or we're going to move it out because we're going to make it part of a story. It's going to become it's not going to matter because that whole screen is going to go away. And you might right-click. You can assign it to people. You can view the details, or we can just delete it right here. Why does this matter during the actual competition? Well, you might enter 2 bugs, 2 different teammates, and you decide that they're really the same thing. Or you might, for example, enter 2 bugs. You realize the first one is just sort of a high-level symptom of the second one, which is more serious, and then you choose to delete it. And that's it. For the competition, you're going to be entering bugs, and you can enter them on this screen. And that's how to enter bugs and view them, update them, search for them. Sure, we'll be talking more in the time to come, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.